Hello everybody and welcome to my monthly Vietnam update. In April, the stock market trended mostly sideways with little change in the benchmark index, while market liquidity improved significantly. The VN index declined slightly by minus 1.5% in April, while the AFC Vietnam Fund managed to increase by plus 2.3% according to internal estimates. Hi. My name is Andreas Vogelsanger. I'm the CEO of the AFC Vietnam Fund. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and switch on the bell so you don't miss any uploads. In the first months of the second quarter, around 60% of all listed companies released their first quarter financial reports. According to our calculations, the earnings growth of the companies in the VN index is almost flat compared to the same period last year. But the earnings of the portfolio holdings of the AFC Vietnam Fund grew at much higher rate of around 9% in the first quarter, mainly due to the insurance sector, which is doing very well in a high interest rate environment. All four of the insurance positions showed impressive earnings growth in Q1 2023, with ABI growing by 26.8%, BIC by 20%, PVI by 90.2%, and MIG by 1%. Though most other sectors of the economy are facing some challenges with an economic slowdown in Europe and the US. In a recent research report from VN Direct Securities, the largest retail broker in Vietnam, pointed out how cash-rich many insurance companies in Vietnam are and how they are benefiting from a higher interest rate income in the current environment. VN Direct therefore upgraded the insurance sector from hold to buy. Due to the weak consumption in the US and in Europe, the Vietnamese economy faced some challenges in the first quarter of this year. With export numbers and IIP, the Index of Industrial Production, reporting negative growth. As a result, the Q1 2023 GDP growth in Vietnam came in quite low at 3.3%. The Vietnamese government therefore worked out a plan on how to intervene and stimulate the economy. So rate cuts was one of the measures. In March and April, the State Bank of Vietnam cut the lending and discount rates by 1% and the refinancing rate by 0.5%. These policies led to an immediate positive impact and the stock market liquidity increased sharply in April. Tax deferrals. On the 14th of April 2023, the Deputy Prime Minister signed a decree extending payment deadlines for several types of taxes, including value-added tax, so the VAT, corporate income tax, personal income tax, and the land rental. Taxpayers now have between 3 to 8 months to pay these taxes until the 31st of December 2023. According to the Ministry of Finance, the total amount of tax deferrals in 2023 is estimated to be around $4.8 billion. Tax cuts. In addition to the Ministry of Finance proposal of a temporary cut in the VAT rate from 10% to 8%, which is expected to be approved by the Parliament in May 2023. The proposed VAT cut would apply to all goods and services subject to 10% VAT rate, starting from 1st of July 2023, pending approval from the National Assembly. The estimated impact on the state budget revenue is around $1.5 billion. However, a temporary reduction in the VAT rate does not necessarily mean a decrease in tax revenues collected by the government. Similar measures have had stimulative effect on business activity in the past, while generating additional tax revenues for the government. Economic stimulus package. Additionally, the Prime Minister committed to deploying at least 95% of the giant public investment package, around $32.8 billion in 2023, and a series of key infrastructure projects are being built at an impressive speed. All these policies are key elements for Vietnam's economic growth in 2023. Together with the strong recovery of the tourism sector, we are confident that Vietnam can reach a GDP growth of around 5.5% to 6% this year, which could still lead to one of the highest growth rates this year in ASEAN. The 2023 GDP growth estimates from international institutions such as the IMF, World Bank and ADB range between 5.8% and 6.5%. Let me talk about the potential strategic partnership between the US and Vietnam. In March, the Secretary General of the Vietnamese Communist Party, Mr. Nguyen Phu Trong, had an official call with US President Joe Biden. This month, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken made an official visit to Vietnam to meet with the General Secretary Mr. Nguyen Phu Trong and Prime Minister Mr. Pham Minh. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken's visit to Vietnam in mid-April served several key purposes. It marked the 10th anniversary of the two countries' comprehensive partnership and was such as for which preceded by high-level bilateral contacts has led many experts to expect a formal upgrade of bilateral ties to a strategic partnership. But Antony Blinken also attended the groundbreaking event of the largest US embassy in the world, located in Hanoi, with an investment capital of $1.2 billion. His visit was also intended to prepare for a possible official meeting between US President Joe Biden and the Vietnamese government in May, when the US President joins the G7 meeting in Japan. The US is currently Vietnam's largest export market, accounting for 29.3% of the country's total exports, and ranks 8th in foreign investments. Export volume to the US have seen a remarkable increase over the last decade, from $24 billion to $109 billion, and the trade value between the two countries has jumped from $29 billion in 2013 to $124 billion in 2022. Regardless of the outcome of the potential partnership upgrade, it is clear that Vietnam is playing an increasingly important role in the global economic political landscape. Well, this is all from me for this month. Thank you very much for listening, and you're gonna hear from me again next month with the latest update. Thanks and goodbye.